How do international and inland boat rules differ? Imagine you're out on the water, enjoying a peaceful day, when suddenly you need to know who has the right of way. Knowing the rules that govern boat traffic is key to staying safe. But did you know that these rules change depending on where you are? That's right. The rules for boats on the open sea are different from those on inland waters like lakes and rivers. When you're sailing on the high seas or waters connected to them that are accessible to seagoing vessels, you follow the international regulations for preventing collisions at sea, known as the COLREGs. These rules are set by the International Maritime Organization and are used worldwide. If you're boating in international waters or in areas connected to the ocean, these are the rules you need to follow. In contrast, if you're on inland waters within the United States, such as lakes, rivers, or canals, you follow the inland navigation rules. These rules are created by the United States Coast Guard and are specific to inland waterways. They also apply to parts of the Great Lakes that are within U.S. jurisdiction. The boundary between these two sets of rules is marked by official lines on charts called lines of demarcation. Once you cross these lines, the rules change. Both sets of rules share some basic ideas. For example, both define a vessel broadly as any craft used on water, whether it's a small boat or a large ship. Both requiring boaters to keep a proper lookout, operate at a safe speed, and take action to avoid collisions. If a situation becomes dangerous, both rules allow boaters to break the rules if necessary to stay safe. One of the biggest differences is how sound signals are used. Under international rules, the vessel with the right of way, called the stand-on vessel, usually does not make any sound signals when meeting or crossing another vessel. But in inland waters, the stand-on vessel is expected to sound one short blast if it plans to keep its course and speed. The other vessel responds with the same signal. If there's confusion or danger, inland rules requiring sounding for short blasts to warn others. Another difference is in negotiating passing situations. Inland rules allow vessels to agree to pass each other by sounding to short blasts. If both vessels agree, they respond with to blasts and pass accordingly. International rules do not permit this kind of negotiation. Lighting and marking are also different. For example, vessels towing objects or barges have specific lighting requirements. International rules specify certain numbers and placements of lights for wide or long tows. Inland rules may call for additional lights or different placements to make sure everyone can see the vessels clearly. For boaters, the main thing to remember is to know which rules apply where you are. If you are on a large lake or river within the United States, inland rules are in effect. If you go out into the ocean or beyond the demarcation line, international rules take over. Always pay close attention to sound signals when meeting other vessels, especially in inland waters where communication is more common. Be ready to take action to avoid a collision, even if that means breaking a rule. If you're unsure about what another vessel is doing, use the danger signal of 4 or more short blasts and slow down or stop until the situation is clear. Understanding these differences helps keep everyone safe on the water. Remember, following the correct rules and staying alert can prevent accidents and make your boating experience more enjoyable.